world. The weather outside is not that cold, and if you take my hand, I'll walk with you to Georgia.
What's going on, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Country with Celine. I'm your host, Celine Tremarky, and joining me on today's show, we welcome the lovely Canadian country singer, Amanda Couture. Amanda, how are you doing today?
I'm so good. How are you?
Doing well, thanks for asking. Okay, let's kind of just dive into it. First things first. Oh my God, I just said that, and the first thing that popped into my head was first things first. I'm the realist. I don't know why, like,
To make it home, I still in the mood of business. I can hold it
yeah,
down. Yeah.
there we go. I don't know, like intrusive thoughts just overtook what I was gonna say right there. I'm like,
Girl, I'm with
okay.
ya. I'm with ya.
Right? It's like it's so funny. We were just chatting about Kelsey Ballerini before we started recording this, but it's like that concert where she's talking and she just kept talking and blah 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 all this stuff and she goes, squirrel.
Yeah,
Did you
yeah,
ever see that
yeah.
video? Yeah, I'm like that's
Exactly.
literally what happens. But
700 things going on in my brain at one time.
yeah, and you're a new mom too, so there's a lot going up in there.
Yeah. Being a mom
Yeah.
makes you dumber, 1000%.
Okay, I don't think it makes you dumber.
Well, it like takes up parts of your like dumber in the sense it's like you can't find the word. Like you're staring at a fork and you're like, what is this
What is
called?
this? Yeah, that's fair. I mean, because you do have a bunch of things going on all at
Yeah.
once in your brain, right? But
Exactly.
a song that we got to chat about, your new single, it's out, Red Lights. So, first
Yeah.
off, chat about it. How did it come to be? What's the meaning? Like, just
Yeah.
everything, all the juice.
Yeah, so I was in Nashville last February, so like a year and a bit ago, and I was quite pregnant. I was like 7 months pregnant, and I wrote with Peter Newman and Fran Litertsky. I'm on my way to this write, and I was super late for the write because there was some chemical spill on the Nashville highway. So I get to this write, I'm like so pregnant, so sweaty, so flustered. But Fran had this idea right away, like let there be red lights, like instead of let there be light, let there be red lights. Was like, that's cool. And Peter is like a monster guitar player, so I love writing with him because he's got, you know,
Hmm.
like so many cool riffs and chord progressions that I'm not capable of thinking of on my own. So the song fell out of us in probably like 45 minutes, and that's so quick for a song, right? And I knew immediately after we wrote it that I was gonna cut it. I knew I was like, this is gonna be a big one for me. So yeah, I I ended up doing it in Vancouver with Garrett and Dan at Renaissance. They had reached out to me a couple of years back and just said, our door's open if you ever want to record with us. And we had written over Zoom a couple times. So I took my 2-month-old baby out to Vancouver with me and my
Oh
mom.
my God.
Uh-huh. And we did 3 songs. Red Lights was the first of the three that are going to be released. And yeah, so that was back in July. So I've been waiting for a while
Dang.
to have this song out in the world, and I've shown it to a lot of people. And yeah, I'm really excited about it.
No, it's a really catchy song. As soon as
Thanks.
I first took a listen to it, I'm like, okay, this I'm gonna download. And I will
Ah.
say, I will say, I don't. I put all, a lot of artists their songs into the Country with Celine playlist, but do I download a lot of them on my own phone? Not that many, like it depends. But this song, I was like, yeah, immediate download. It's good.
Oh, thank
It's
you. That
good.
is so sweet.
You're
Yeah, I do.
welcome.
And I felt that right away when we wrote it. I was like, there's something cool and special about this song that it almost feels like maybe I've heard it somewhere before. I don't know. Yeah. So
No,
yeah,
it's a good song. No, it's
thank
super
you.
catchy. It makes you a want to drive. Like it's like a
Yes.
driving song, especially a driving at night song. Like you, I get
Yeah.
what you're talking about, and also it reminds me of like those first date feelings when you're just like in the
Hmm.
car with someone and you're like, I don't want this day to be over. Like let there be red lights. Like come on, throw a couple
Yes.
detours in. Like let's
Yeah.
just shake it up a little bit before we get on home. But
And that's like something I love about country music is there's so much nostalgia in music, and that feeling of nostalgia I feel like is so important in songs, and that's what that Red Light song kind of gave me, because obviously I've been married for a long time and with the guy for even longer, so to remember that first date feeling, that initial like, ooh, this is so
yeah,
much fun, what is this going to
butterflies.
turn into, before the trauma.
Before you start playing Rolling Up the Welcome
That's
Mat.
right.
So funny. Well, you
Yeah.
released a music video for that as well. Was that the
Yeah.
first time you ever did a music video? or no?
Yeah, it was.
Oh,
And it's just a performance style music video. It's not like
yep.
a story. I'd love to do something like that too, but for my first time, I just really wanted to put like my face to the song and show how much I love performing. I'm a musical theater kid at heart, so I just love like playing this part of a singer, like the Amanda Couture on stage. She is the moment. She loved being in the spotlight. So I had a really good time doing it. And it's a really good tool to have to show people like, oh, this is my song and this is what I look like and this
Yeah.
is how I look when I'm on stage.
Yeah,
So,
it's a good like package to like send off to
yeah.
people if you ever want to promote yourself. It's like, here,
Yes.
this is like everything that I do pretty much summed up in one video.
Yes. Yeah, and that was kind of what my idea was with all the Canadian like contests when they want you to send in a video or when you're
Yeah.
talking to managers or labels or whoever, just being like in a little bow, here you go.
Yeah, no, it's like having a demo reel, right? So
Totally.
it's exactly
Mhm.
the same. But so you were working with Dan and Garrett, and honestly, so many people love working with Dan and Garrett. There's so many artists that they're behind. So I just want to ask you, like, what did you love most about working with the two?
Something really I don't even know how to like explain this to people, but they're young guys, like they're the same age as me, which was it felt like they were like my high school buddies.
Yeah.
And also, I am a nerdy music person. Like I said, I was like a musical theater geek. I played violin. I was an opera singer. So these guys are super
An opera singer?
musical.
Damn,
Yeah,
I did
like
not know that. Okay.
I almost went to university for opera, which is crazy. So,
Neat. That's
but it
different.
just
Okay.
yeah, it just my heart wasn't really in opera. It was more in like country music.
Fair.
You know.
Yeah.
Um, but they're just so musical and it's so cool to work with people who you're like, you know that part and it's like neat and I want it to be like and they're like, yeah, I know exactly what you mean. Dee, 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 dee. And they're so approachable, which is huge with producers too, because I'm a relatively new in the studio and I get intimidated by these people sometimes, but they're so down to earth and
Hmm.
easy to approach and funny. And, I had my 2-month-old baby there, so I had to like take breaks to feed her. And they were so cool with everything, you
Yeah.
know? And
They're
still to this day, they help me out with stuff like giving me contact info for people and giving me tips on like getting more streaming numbers and contests. And like Garrett wrote out this big list of festivals that I could email, like just really like in my corner from the beginning.
They're so sweet. And
They are.
like you were saying before, they're very musically inclined.
Yeah.
Very. They can exactly like do you know like how do I add the did it? And it's like, oh yeah, gotcha, girl. Don't you
Yeah.
worry. It's like how
Yeah.
I could never, but like they know how.
Yeah.
It's crazy. And they are so down to earth. They just want to help out everybody that they can. And they're so talented
Yeah.
themselves too. They deserve a lot of credit. That's why I'm like, let's just like chat about Dan and Garrett because they're
I
great
could talk
guys.
about them all day. I really could.
No, they're super sweet. Garrett, he also like he reached out to me, sent me your stuff. He's like, check this girl out. I'm like, got it, Garrett. I'm on it.
Yeah, see, like just little things like that, that he's a busy guy. They have artists in the studio all the time. They're working on, like Garrett especially is working on projects with other songs that he's mixing. And then he takes the time out of his day to do something like that just for me.
So sweet.
it's just like to have a good friend like that that really is cheering you on and it's so genuine.
Hmm.
They're not doing it. They're doing it for them too, because like obviously songs that they do, it's good if they do well, but it's also just to help me out, like as a friend. So
Yep. Well, you have two other songs you were mentioning that you have
yeah,
coming out. Okay,
yeah.
so since you brought it up, let's chat about it. Can we talk about when you think they're going to be released? Can we chat about what the vibe is? Like
Mhm.
whatever you can touch on, please do.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think it really depends like how long I can ride this red lights train, you know?
So fair.
I think it was the strongest in regards to like a country hit of the three of them. So I wanted to kind of come out the gate with that one and see what happens with it. And it's got some good traction so far. So the other one of them is kind of almost like an alternative country, like
Okay.
gives Lainey vibes, like not Lainey
Nice.
Wilson, but like the band Lainey. And it's about like being on a beach and meeting somebody, kind of like Sand in My Boots. And
Gotcha.
it's like a really dynamic, big kind of production-y song. And then the other one is one that I wrote about my husband. It's a very personal song, just about, yeah, like being in love. And it's like a
Oh,
really, really not even cheesy. It's just a very like honest and kind of more of a raw song. And I love it. But I'm more of like, sometimes I'm like, okay, I love like B track songs. Do I just love this song or are other people gonna love it? So really hope that people like it. I think they will.
everybody loves a good love song, so
Yeah,
I'm sure that
it's a
they
really
will love
special
it.
song to me. So I'm sure that I'll probably release them this year sometime. It just depends. I think um the summer would be good for the one, and then maybe like a kind of cuffing season love song
Yes.
in September would be good.
I was just gonna say exactly. The beach song is so for summer, and then
Yeah.
the love song can be after summer, when summer finishes, and like, the two people are going their separate ways, but they'll
Yeah.
always have like a love for each other. It's like the perfect time to like
Yeah.
release it, especially everybody wants to get cuffed up at that season, so everyone's in the mood.
Yes. Yes, exactly. You know, I don't even have to explain it to you.
No,
You get
I
it.
got you. I'm a girl, that's why.
Yeah.
So it's like we understand each other here.
Yeah, yeah.
We know this type of songs that we listen to because it's
Hmm.
across the board, all us girls are the exact same. Let's be honest here. So
I know you really gotta get the girls if you want to be successful in country music. Because, if you're not a dude that you can like look at and be like, you're like, how do I rap the girls, get the girls going like Kelsey Ballerini does?
yes, exactly. Even Megan Maroney, she does a really good job at it too, right?
Yes,
Like they
yes,
know how to. Because also when it comes to like guy country singers, like yes, their target audience is mainly girls, right? Like they're like want to all their songs like a Riley Green, like Worst Way, you're putting out Worst Way. Your targeted audience is definitely not the guys for that. Okay?
I don't
It's
think so.
definitely no, it's for the girls. But
Yeah,
for the girls to release stuff, like their targeted audience isn't even the guys. It's still the girls. It's
100%.
always the girls. Like
And the
you'll
girls are the best fans, you know?
yeah, exactly. We're
So,
loyal. We're loyal
yeah,
to the core.
yes.
But I actually want to just touch on another song that you released. I was reading this like little article, and so your song "Triple on the Double." So that was originally supposed to be called "Single Again,"
Yeah,
but
and I
then,
really should have called it that in hindsight because maybe it would
so,
have got more clicks
I
because
mean,
of Joshy.
yeah, I mean, if people were to type in "Single Again" and your name popped up, and then Josh Ross, it's like, oh, okay, there's two. Let's
I
listen
know,
to.
but I was trying to be unique and
No, it's still fine. But how
hit and
did
miss.
like, when you changed the name, how soon after did you release this song?
It wasn't, it was just one of the things where when it was a demo, it was called Single Again. And
Got it.
then when I uploaded it to the distribution site, I was like, I just feel like that's kind of basic. Like, I want to be unique. And I'm pretty sure it was Garrett who was like, yeah, I think Triple on the Double will like get more attention. But that's okay.
That's
I
so
love singing that song live. It's so much fun. So,
that's hilarious. Well, I
yeah,
mean, you say triple and the double in the song, so it's still
exactly. It
fine.
still makes sense.
It still
Yeah,
makes you just after that was single again, and that's the only one that doesn't have to be in it. But that's good. That's
yeah,
fine.
yeah.
Okay, so let's just even take it back a little bit. So tell everybody, where exactly are you from? How did you get into music, musical influences?
Yeah. So I'm from a city in Alberta called Medicine Hat. It's about 3 hours south of Calgary. It's about 60, 70,000 people. So it's a good size.
Hmm?
And I was obsessed with the chicks growing up. Like in my heart was Natalie Maines, and nobody could tell me any different. I would get
Hmm.
home from school, go in my room, lock the door, put on my CD player of the home album, and just stare in the mirror and lip sync for hours.
Oh my God.
And then I picked up the violin. I'm not really very good at violin anymore. Unfortunately, it was one of those things where, you go to college and you're like, I don't need this instrument anymore. And now in hindsight,
Yeah.
I'm like, dang, really should have stuck with that. But yeah, I was just obsessed with that album and that country music. So I started taking singing lessons when I was 10. And then, like age 14 is when Taylor Swift came into
Yeah.
my world. And then it was just like, oh my gosh, I can write songs. I can do that too. So since like a super young age, and then when I was like 17, I was like quite good at opera. So I almost went to University of Michigan for opera performance, but it just was my heart just like wasn't quite in it. And I think it's such a serious career path and it's so hard that you really have to love it, I think.
Okay, wait, I have a question. How did you get into opera though? Like, is that something
Yeah.
that you just, because I don't hear anybody ever say, "Oh yeah, I used to listen to opera growing up." Like there had to
Yeah.
have been somebody around you that was okay, yes.
Yeah. So basically, and I think this is just because I'm from a smaller city, when you take voice lessons, that's kind of the style of lesson that you're taking.
Okay,
Like your
okay.
teacher is an opera singer.
Got it.
So that's how, and I'm really, really grateful that I have that foundation because it protects your voice. And I'm like great at singing harmonies and I have a really great range. I think just because my foundation was like classical. Um, yeah. And then when I like ventured off to Calgary, I had a vocal coach that was actually a pop vocal coach. And I was like, okay, this is maybe what I should have been doing the whole time. But yeah.
I mean, that's still cool. Can you still sing like opera if you were to?
Yeah, yeah. And I don't want to like I can, but the girlies who can sing opera are so talented that I would never want to be like, this is opera and I can do it. Do you know what I mean? Like I
Yeah,
can
fair.
do what I did when I was 17, 18, but yeah.
Okay, that's fair.
Uh,
I was just
Yeah.
curious. I'm like, because you never really hear anybody that was gonna get into opera. But that makes sense if
Yeah.
like your vocal coach was an opera singer and that's how like you
hmm
learned. It makes sense.
Yeah. And she made a really good case for, not belting and not really overusing your voice at a young age until your vocal cords matured. And I think that was really good for me because, I knew a lot of people who forced their voices when they were young and then ended up with like damage to their voice. So
You got to protect your voice. Like your
yeah.
voice box is, especially for singers or anybody who uses their voice as their job. Like I even use my voice as my job. I'm talking
hmm
on a mic all the time. You really got to protect it
hmm
because if you don't have your voice, you don't got your job. So
Yeah. I
it's
know.
quite scary when you think about it.
I know. Yeah. So I still will like sing opera sometimes for fun or like Alison Krauss has like that really pretty like high registered voice. I love singing her stuff because that's kind of in my wheelhouse too. So yeah, it's something that I think is like could set me apart a little bit if I can keep writing, maybe some higher register stuff. We'll see.
Yeah. Okay, well, that's gonna be cool to see if you
Yeah.
sort of like venture out into that and you level it up a little bit. So that'd be pretty
Yeah.
cool. But you were saying your musical influence was the Chicks. Like you love the
Mm,
Dixie Chicks. So if you had to pick anybody, who would you want to do a dream collab with? Would it be the Chicks?
probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like her voice, Natalie Mays' voice is just like I think she has the best voice in the whole world. Like just the way that she can belt out those songs and the emotion in her voice, and it's such a unique voice. Um, a dream collab, obviously Taylor. Like I am a Taylor Swift super fan,
Did
not
you
in
go to
a
her
weird way.
did you go to her concert?
I went to the opening night of the Eras tour,
Dang,
and then I
okay.
went again in Toronto.
Oh my God. Yeah, the Toronto 7 shows, I believe.
I
Six or
know.
7 shows. Girl, that's crazy.
Yeah, she's not of this world, I don't think.
No.
But like
No.
I grew up with Taylor Swift. Like she's only a few years older than me, so I saw her when she was 18 in the Fearless tour, you know?
Yeah, yep, yep.
So it's like that girl, like I feel like she's like Delulu, feel like she's my friend. I mean, she knows me.
I mean, I feel like every girl thinks that.
Yeah,
So,
it's true.
but it's fine. I feel like if she were to see you and you guys were to chat, she would be like, "Oh yeah, we're friends now." So she just
A
has
thousand
that
percent.
personality.
Yeah, and even after her concerts, I always go into a little bit of a depression because I'm like, oh, she really doesn't know me. uh, there's
One
a lot
day.
of people in this room.
Hey, you know what? I just saw a video and it was Sabrina Carpenter. She was singing Taylor Swift. I think she was singing White Horse. And then like she posted on YouTube way back in the day. And now look, she was on tour with Taylor
That's
Swift and
true.
she
That's
was singing
true.
White Horse with her when Taylor Swift was playing the piano.
Mm,
Like you never really know what happens because you see so many stories now of like people who grew up listening to someone and now they're like this with that person. It's
very
like,
true. You got a
right?
good point.
You never know. Anything can happen.
hmm
Anything can
hmm
happen. And also, okay, we were just chatting about this too. You have a baby.
Yeah.
So how do you manage? Because music is a big gig, and you were just saying that you
hmm
flew to Vancouver with your 2-month-old to record some songs. How do you manage to juggle all of that? Is there like a little trick that you can
No.
share? Maybe no. She's like,
It's
no.
truly just like we're gonna make this work and we have to make it work. So we're gonna do what we have to do to make it work. Like I took her to Vancouver again when I did the music video in January. And I just brought my husband with me and I was like, okay, you got her. Well, I'm gonna do this. Bring her down to the warehouse and I'll feed her. Yeah, you
Just
just
make it
have
work.
to make it work. And I was growing so tired of people telling me what I was capable of. I'm like, I'll tell you what I'm capable of and I'll tell you if it's too much. You know,
I
don't
love
tell
that. Yeah.
me like I can't handle it when I know that I can. Or I'm at least gonna try to, like live and learn.
Yeah, exactly. Trial and error. You're gonna make mistakes, you're gonna grow,
Yeah.
and you'll know for next time.
Yeah, and it's like this is a tough like I'm also a nurse, so that's like my other career path, but like music is such an up and down thing and you never know how things are going to work out and you can't just put having a family on hold forever, you know?
Yeah.
And part of me wanted to. It was like, "Oh, should we have a baby? Like I got these new songs coming out. I don't know what to do." But it's like if you're just always waiting for the next thing.
Yeah.
And also kind of like look at all these men in country music that have like 3, 4 kids.
Yeah. There's a
Like I
lot.
can do it too.
Oh, you can, and you're doing it. You're doing the damn
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah, yeah. So you just make it work, you
I
know?
I think what's next for you to release is, well, I feel like you will eventually, but a song about your little girl. That would
I
be like a
know.
mother to a daughter song. It would be
Every
so
time I
sweet.
write about it, I just get like so emotional. I'm like, oh, this is like how do you articulate the words of
Yeah.
like your little girl, your little baby? It's yeah.
It could be the song for when obviously you have a long way to go, but when she's getting married, it could be like your mother-daughter
Yeah.
song. It,
Oh, that's so true.
yeah, it'd be cute. It'd be really cute. But
Hmm.
2025, it's already nearing like April. Then there's gonna
Yeah.
be May, June, July. Like this year is flying by. As crazy as
Hmm.
that is, I swear it just started. But what are
Hmm.
you most looking forward to this year?
So I'm actually doing this. I'm in this competition called the Opener. It's in Calgary at Cowboys. So that's next weekend. It's the finals. So if you get top three, you get to open for one of the country acts at Calgary Stampede.
So awesome.
So there's not a ton of details on that yet. So that's next weekend. So that's super exciting. And then I think just keep, writing. Now that Red Lights came out, I feel like I've kind of been like pushed a little bit into the Canadian country music scene a little bit more. So just like connecting with the bigger writers and trying to get in a room with writers and hopefully going back to Nashville now that the baby like doesn't need me quite as much.
Yeah.
And just really hopefully getting in on some bigger stages this summer. Yeah.
Okay, well, that's super exciting. I'm like
Yeah.
sending you all the positive vibes your way so everything
Yeah.
happens.
Hmm.
But and so if people want to get to know you a little bit more, where can they go to do so?
My socials, my Instagram, it's Amanda Couture Music, TikTok. TikTok, I'm a little bit more silly. Facebook for my like parents' friends, you know.
So yeah, so
They love
it's
my Facebook.
the generations. It's like all the Gen Zs or TikTok, TikTok, and
Yeah,
then you have all like the baby boomers are all
yeah,
like on our Facebooks.
I know, I love it, but I still like share it with them. Those are some of the best fans that, you know.
Dedicated and loyal to the
Yes,
core.
ma'am. Yeah, they're like, I know every word to every single one of your
Yes.
songs. I'm like, oh,
Yes.
okay.
That's
Thank
no.
you.
And then because your parents are sharing it, then their friends are seeing it, their friends are sharing it, and they're getting to
Hmm.
know it. Yeah, it's the best. Honestly, parents and parents' friends, I love them.
Yeah.
We love them.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. But anyways, Amanda, thank you so much for joining me today on Country with Celine. It was great chatting with you, and I look forward to the new songs that you have coming out
Yes.
this year. That's
Yes.
exciting.
Thank you so much for chatting with me. That was awesome.